What's up, YouTube? This is Cdog back with another Transformers review. This is the TakaraTomy 35th Anniversary Transformers Bumblebee Leader Class Legendary Optimus Prime. This is a TakaraTomy exclusive, and this is a very, very, very cool toy. I highly recommend it for anyone that is into Optimus Prime and movie Optimus Primes. So as you can see, he's very highly posable. You can get him in pretty much any pose, and he just kind of stays there. He's really good at posing. He's got a lot of cool little gimmicks, and he's very stable on his feet. So I like him. His legs have that kind of a ratchet that just stays. You know what I mean? It's not really. There's a little droop, but not really much. But we'll go over the articulation more in a little bit. Lots of articulation, lots of fun to have. Checking out the packaging. So yeah, shows the product image. You get the little art, kind of CGI. Transformers Bumblebee, transform, or whatever that is in Japanese. You can see up there is the 35th anniversary by TakaraTomy. And then on this you got the Bumblebee, TakaraTomy. On this side, you got the cool art in larger print. Very cool looking. You also get it on the top of the box. Very nice. And then on the back, you get the product images. You get the gimmick, how the gun works, and how the face changing, transforming gimmick works. Probably how many steps it transforms, possibly. I'm not sure what that says. And then you get the product image of alt mode as well. So as you can see, he does pose really nicely, and he's very fun. Very cool figure. Looks good in all angles. Doesn't have all the hollowness that a lot of the figures have nowadays. As you can see, there's really none to speak of. You get a tiny bit back here, but we always had stuff like that in all Transformers. Maybe not all, but pretty much all. So yeah, very nice looking figure indeed. So let's go over it, shall we? First off the bat, let's get a little bit of perspective on scale. So his head tilted down like that. He is 9 inches. Let's just see if we can show you. I know it doesn't really look like it that way, but let me just show you it. There. Well, oops. That's probably the best I can get it. That's bringing up the camera a little bit. So yeah, 9 inches tall. Not too bad. This is what he looks like next to Optimus. So another leader class. As you can see, the helmet stands up just a little taller, but also gives me a chance to show off that you can put the shoulders up. I don't think I did that on the video. Not a big deal. Also, what are these freaking Maximal stickers? They're so small, they're just pathetic. Getting him out of the way. Showing you what he looks like with a deluxe, I suppose. There's a deluxe. So, got that. I know, I need new figures on my desk, and I am working on it. I've gotten rid of half of the figures on here, so we'll be getting more figures on here as well. Since we all know this is the leader class and the Voyager is much smaller, this is approximately probably what Age of Extinction Voyager Optimus would look like next to him. This is the Bumblebee movie mainline version from Hasbro. A cool go-to figure from Hasbro this year. I really like it. I like how you can it just stands wherever you put it. It never has problems. But yeah, you can see the differences. I like how they didn't fill in the sides of the helmet with the silver like they did here. And in 2007 they did that. I like it much better like that. But the eyes are painted better on this one. And all in all, they both look pretty good in my opinion. But this one is obviously much better. But yeah, so you get that. This is a 7-inch figure. This is a 9-inch figure. So I get that. And then just for fun, let's get the little legend scale out here. It'll only take me 1 second to flip him into place. And there you go. So this is a scale of the Legions class Optimus versus the leader class. So there you go with that comparison. Alright, paying attention to the back end of him for a minute, he does have this weapon storage gimmick, which is pretty cool. So there's this weapon, and it pegs on very securely, but with these 2 tabs that are really secure into those slots right there. And what you do is you just open this up, flip out the barrels, close the barrels, reassess everything back into shape. You want to flip this back around like that down like this, and sometimes it takes a minute to get everything working, but just like that. Wait a minute, that's not right, because you need the handle. Why is there no handle? Like that. See, there's the handle, and then if you look halfway up, there's a little slot, so when you flip him around, you can see there is a slot in the hand right there. And then you just kind of dip it down in there. You want it half closed, not all the way open, not all the way closed. And once you get about halfway down, then you slot it in, go back here, close the hand off, and you have a secure gun that's similar to the look of what it looked like in the first movie. So pretty cool. Very nice indeed. And he also has one in his left hand, as you can see there. So he can be ambidextrous with weapon holding hand. But as you see there, if you press like this, it presses it out and then makes it loose. So you have to be kind of careful which direction you press on it and whatnot. But as you can see there, we can get him in a nice gun holding hand pose or something. Wow. And there you go. So you can see he can pose quite well, and he looks really nice with it. As you can see, he's nice and vibrant, red all around. We have the nice Autobot symbols tampoed on each shoulder pad, with painted shoulder pads as well as painted chest. So getting to the details right there, you got metallic silver paint for the faceplate, sky blue for the eyes, the optics, and metallic paint for the crest there. And some metallic silver here for the sides of his ears, but nothing that gets too cluttery, so it looks really good. You get chrome on this double-stacked grill here. Let's get this out of the way. You got some more chrome here for the ab pieces, those kind of ab pieces that were blue in the movie. You got metallic silver paint for the faux lights and faux stripe. You got translucent plastics with silver paint underneath them, and then chrome around the windows. Looking very nice, and you can see the faux mirrors coming out of the doors and the faux doors. And it's done really well. It's nice and stacked looking. It doesn't look like one piece anymore like the original. Handled very nicely. You can see these are the shoulder pads, and they are on hinges so you can get them out of the way for articulation, which is nice. And nice strong joints. Ain't nothing going nowhere, really nice and strong, so I like that too. And you got a little bit of silver paint on the insides of his arm here, and then gray plastic for the upper shoulders, red paint for the shoulders themselves, and then even the back is red painted, so it looks really nice. You got blue plastic for these details right here, look very movie accurate with the trailer hitch on the back as he did in the movie. Got yellow paint here and blue paint but they skipped the blue paint around his upper thighs. Looking down, really no paint to speak of, except they did paint the dull plastic blue to create the blue feet look. These are actually supposed to be tilted like that, I believe. Even has these kind of details, which is really cool. Extra details from the movie. Very nice indeed. That's what it looks like. You got full paint for the hubcaps. We'll go over more of that in alt mode. For the gimmick on the head sculpt. Matter of fact, let's go zoom into the head sculpt right now. Get you a nice little glimpse. Very nice head sculpt indeed. And it's an easy pull, swivel, push. So you don't have to mess with it like the originals. And he's got a nice looking face as well. I do like how they didn't go into all that extra silver detail on the sides of his cheeks there. Definitely looks more like the Prime I remember. As you can see, he does have lots of mobility on that, and it also has a rocking joint, but we'll show you more of that in a minute. So, speaking of articulation, his head, he's got a neck joint that rocks back and forth. So rocking forward, all the way forward, he can look, and looking down, he can look quite a bit down. You can even look over to look closer up, or you can just kind of do it general. If you look up straight, he looks about that far up, and then if you rock back, he can look quite a bit up. So decent up. You got a little rocking back and forth on that ball joint, and it will go 360 if you need to on that swivel. So pretty good movement on the neck itself. On the shoulder, we got that hinge right here. And then these will also swivel around if you need them to for whatever reason. You can swivel on the back if you need to. Make it look better like that. Or you can just keep it. And it will pretty much get out of the way. But you do have a ratchet going out. Goes over 90. And then you get a nice tight joint for the shoulder swivel itself. We get a bend here. So double bend here, and then an extra bend. Actually, oh, this is just a single bend. Huh. But anyways, you get a nice deep bend anyway. And you get bicep swivel, wrist rotation, and then opening and closing hands. You get a full waist swivel that will go 360 if you need it to. And then the way you work with this is you want to move these back just a hair, pull these out, and then you can kind of use that little indent right there, and you can get a nice deep kicks out to the side. Not full 90, but nice and deep anyway, nonetheless. You can go forward, and you can go even more if you'd like. So really high up. Same thing in the back. You can go back and out, but generally it's about that. You get a upper thigh swivel that will go 360 if you need it to. And we get that knee bend about 90 degrees. But if you want, you can. See, one thing that's different with this and the Voyager is you used to get kind of like a double joint with that, with this contraption, but now it's really not really going to work unless for certain pictures. But it will work for certain pictures, but just it's not going to do the full double joint. But you get the rocker, ankle, and then front and back. So lots of articulation, and he pretty much will just set up with any pose, and he's good to go. What's going on with that? Oh, well, sometimes joints just don't want to go for some reason. Oh, you know what it is? It's these things. Getting these out of the way. There. But anyways, that is him in a nutshell. So, pretty cool. He's pretty easy to get in a pose. You just kind of bring back, bring forward. And like I said, this is easy to swivel around. And I do appreciate the masked Headsculpt more. And just to show you that he can hold the left hand cannon quite well. I know I told you, but just to show you. And one more comparison with Mickey Prime. Alright, so for transformation, you want to go back here. We're going to start by just smoothing those out like that. We're going to take these and bring them up. So they're like that. We're going to go in here and we're going to pull out his chest. Open it up as if he was going to give the Matrix. Then you want to loosen this up and bring this back. At the same time, you want to push that in like this and bring this down. Alright. Next up, you want to swivel this part up and over like that. Bringing that to the front like this, but leaving this up. You also want to open this part up so it can be ready for that. Alright. Alright, next up you want to take these and swivel them to the back like this. I believe it's this way. And then you're going to want to start to push these to the side like that. Okay. Next up, we're going to start the legs. So what you want to do here is you take this first part that goes behind here, bring this around. There's a little tab spot there. There's a tab on the back of this. And you just tab that in like so. Like that. Next, you want to take this and bring that up and tab that like this. Then you're going to want to take this part and bring this around, and there's a little tab spot there that goes, there's a little tab on the back there. And attach that like this. Turn these to the straight up and down. Alright. Next, you want to rotate this inward and up, just like the age-old extinction. Boom, just like that. Same thing on the other side. This comes over and tabs in. This comes up and tabs up. This comes around and tabs in there. This goes up and over, comes in like that. Pull that straight. And we want this to go to the back, like that. Actually, you know what? We want it the other way. Want these to the front, and these to the back, like that. Alright. No big deal, just revert it 180. Boom. You're going to want to push that up. And then for now, we're just going to connect this. There's two tabs there and one that gets a little bit sticky right here. Connect those together like that and like that. So we have it like this. This will now be able to come down here, and you can see where they fit together, like that. This pulls up if it's not already. And before we pull that, you want it up like that. Bring this down just a little bit, but we just wanted to know where it was going to be. So when you bring it up, it's going to want to come up and over. So this part's a little tricky, but not really. You just kind of go like this, make sure to go around that, and then bend at the elbow joint right there. It's a little bit tricky because everything kind of gets in the way. You just got to work with it like that. And then this part is a new piece. You want these to be flat, and then this to go back on that joint. Double it like that. Perfect. Next thing, you want to do the same thing. Start reversing this around to the back. Make sure this is up. And make sure these are in. They kind of overlap on each other once they get in there like that, you see? Make sure that this part is up. Everything's getting, there we go. Like that. And then that has to be flat. This goes back just like that. Now you can adjust everything kind of more or less. Bring this part, actually you want this in first. And then the way you do that is you just kind of use, there's little tabs on the side here, and they go around on the outside, just like that. And the bottom parts are what kind of keep it together, like that. And then these down here even have little parts. You can see the little tabs. Let me get that. Let's focus. There we go. And those have little tab marks too. You want to just pop those in, and then last you pull this down like that, and then you bring these to the back next. This comes down on top, and then this rides up like that, and boom, you have him in truck mode, and he looks damn good too. Let's get the lights. Oops, sorry about that, guys. And there you go. And he rolls like a champ. But just making sure everything's together. He's fantastic looking. Great looking figure. Now you got these parts that cover up. You got this part that covers up. You got this complete chrome part in the back that covers up the entire back, unlike before. Unfortunately, you still have this. I wish they had at least painted that so it was all the same color. That would make it a lot better. I don't know why they didn't do that, but, you know, can't win them all. But, all right, now next up, you want to take this, open this up like that. You're going to want to pull this up and rearrange it. Flip these in. These go out. Flatten that out. And then what you want to do is you want to take, there's little notches on the insides of the knees. You see those? And those are actually going to go on these square notches right there and there are going to go into those. And then those slots right there and there go into there. So we attach those first. Then you go in, make sure that that's all the way back. You want to open this up just a little bit, enough to get those notches in. Reattach everything back together, and it should roll no problem. Yep. I mean, you can work with it a little bit, but I think it's all in there. And that is him in truck mode. Got the chrome smokestack, the one here. You got the chrome back part. tampoed Autobot symbols on each side, looking nice. Got this nice metallic silver stripe with metallic silver lights, chrome bumper, chrome grill with a silver paint in the inside and chrome around it, and then a little bit of chrome down there. You got chrome all around the windshields, translucent plastic, looks good. Even can pull out little mirrors. So they took all the steps. So we saw that at 9 inches. Checking out him, he is at 6 inches long, 3.5 inches high, and just for fun, 3 inches wide. Check out some comparisons. Alright, so first up we'll do comparison with this guy. So very nice. Basically pretty comparable, of the same size, but you know, of course it's Voyager versus Leader. It is bigger. It is slightly taller, slightly wider, slightly longer, but both are really cool in my opinion. I like both of them. So there's that. You can see it's just about that much longer, and width-wise about that much wider. So yeah, that's what those two look like. Next up, there's a Legends scale, or Legion scale. Obviously a huge departure in difference. And here's Mickey Prime, just for fun. Still looking for the Optimus mouse one. So a lot smaller, but cute nonetheless. And to show you what a G.I. Joe basically would look like, since this is 3 3/4 inch. There you go. Let me know what you think of the review. Leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe for more toy reviews. And as always, stay awesome, stay subbed, and stay tuned for the next video. Peace, that's a wrap, guys. I'm out.